Okay, you're going to have 3 questions for homework this week, of which the first 2 will be new. The third one will be one very similar to the 2 you already did for last week. So even though you're going to have 3 questions, I'm going to just do 2 examples because the first example will go with the first one, the second example will go with the second one, and the third one, I already did an example last week, just continuing on, because the one with the polynomial is probably the most common one. So, okay, so here's our function, and then here's the interval that we're going to do it on. Now, just a reminder of kind of like the 5 steps here. What we're looking for is the absolute max and min, and what we really want to do it is we can kind of break down to 2 steps, but I'm going to break down 5 just to kind of micromanage it. Is we want to check the endpoints and the critical numbers. And we check the endpoints and the critical numbers, put those into the original function. The biggest one is max, the smallest one is the min. So we need to, first let's find the derivative. Okay. First step, find the derivative. Okay, so the derivative, now you probably want to rewrite this in fractional exponents. So it's first times the derivative of the second. So we have a product rule with a chain rule. Now you can put times 1 here, just remember that take derivative what's inside, plus the second. Remember that you bring the negative, bring the 1/2 down, it becomes -1. 9 to the 1/2 times the derivative of the first. Now let's clean this up. The x is on the top, and then the 2 is in the denominator. And then the -1/2 comes downstairs. And then, so that's the derivative. And then the way we find the critical numbers is we set that derivative equal to 0. So I set the derivative equal to 0. Now, there's a lot of algebra here, so I'm going to move that over to the other side. Negative. Then cross multiply, oh sorry, that's plus. Then cross multiply. Now, the negative times the 2 is -2, and then square root of something times the square root of something, the square root goes away. Oh, sorry. Then, no, there's a lot of algebra here. We'll move that over to get 3x equals -18. And that is our critical number. So remember what we do now is we have to check the value of that critical number in the original function. And we have to put, and then I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to kind of do C and D at the same time here, but we want to check the endpoints in 0. So let's do step C. Finding the function value of that critical number. The critical number is -6. You put -6 back into the original equation. -6 plus 9 is 3, and you get -6√3. So there's the function value of the critical number. There's only, I say critical number, there's only one critical number in this particular case. Then I'll do the endpoints. Now the endpoints are super easy in this particular case, not always as easy. Put -9 in. -9 plus 9 is 0. Square root of 0 is 0. 0 times -9 is 0. 0 here. 0 times the square root of 9. Square root of 9 is 3, but that doesn't really matter because 0 times 3 is still 0. Now, so then that's checking that. Now, how do you find the actual absolute max and min? You just check and see which one's the biggest number. The absolute max is 0. There's even though it happens twice, there's only one absolute max, and the absolute min is -6√3. So that's an example like the first one you're going to do. Okay, I'm going to do a video for the second one in a minute.